Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Our Lives official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. A startled Jada comes face to face with Everett plus, did just abduct Wendy and Tripp? In the square, a pleased Stephanie observes a man chancing a geocache treasure at the flower wain. She sees Wendy and Tripp, who are having a blast hunting themselves. Stephanie shares they've formerly raised thousands for the sanitarium and the couple heads off to continue their hunt. Wearing a tight red dress, Teresa comes out to the living room where Alex focuses on his phone. He didn't suppose she'd be ready so presto. He needs a nanosecond and goes to his room. She beams, allowing about the diamond ring she set up. I'm so ready. At home, Eric stops currying over Jude to present a Valentine's Day gift to Sloane. He opens a jewelry box to a gold choker with Jude's name as the pendant. Her smile falters as she calls it cute. He puts it on her. She gifts him with red lingerie she intends to wear for him tonight. Eric can't stay, but says Jude will fade presto, so they should get going. Sloane stews as Eric rolls the stroller out. Further anniversary of trailblazing cleaner pieces marriage. Holly lies with her eyes closed in a sanitarium bed in a DiMera bedroom. Nicole leans down to kiss her head as EJ observes. Nicole sits by Holly's bedside in a new sanitarium room at the DiMera manse. Nicole can't thank EJ enough, but EJ credits Sarah, who has managed Holly's case from Salem and guided him in preparing for their return. He's so happy to have Nicole home where she belongs. In Rafe's office, he and Jada tell Officer Goldman she can return to active duty. She thanks them and leaves with her gun. They hope she has someone to be with after her rough couple of days. Rafe smiles, happy he does have someone. Jada is too and gives him a present, an antique sheriff's emblem from the 1800s. Rafe is touched. He surprises her with a heart-shaped box. She deflates a little, assuming it's chocolate. She'll have one laterally. When he encourages her to open the box, she finds a gold cuff with words engraved. Nonetheless, she persisted. She loves that her man is embracing his inner feminist. They kiss until they flash back they're still at work. Further, did Days just shut the door on this couple for good? As they bandy their double date, Rafe mentions he's formerly met Stephanie's new swain while he was covering police business for the paper. He seems like a cool Joe. Jada notes her partner was also a journalist, but he wasn't a cool Joe at all. She doesn't want to suppose about him tonight since she's with Rafe, who she adores. In the square, Stephanie greets Sloane, Eric, and Jude as Goldman passes through. Sloane and Eric dine in the square as people geocache around them. As Leo participates, he excitedly strolls over. Sloane glowers as Leo pointedly says Jude is looking at him as if he's known him since the day he was born. After mixing lodgings at Sloane with pop culture ramblings, he saunters down. In the square, Tripp and Wendy look inside a red heart-shaped box. Near the Horton Shrine, Wendy uses her phone to find a heart-shaped box. Tripp opens it to Tom and Alice trivia. As they head off for the coming treasure, Goldman trails after them. While drinking mocktails at the bistro, Teresa fruitlessly searches the flower arrangement. When Alex brings up her visit with Tate hereafter, she worries about all the bad news she'll have to report to him regarding recent events. Alex takes her left hand, positive she'll have good news for him as well. She beams. In the DiMera living room, Nicole impresses EJ with Italian before they eat regale. Latterly, they bandy the Horton house fire. EJ tells her they suppose the person behind Holly's medicines is also behind the fire. Their elevation from nailing him. As they latterly enjoy a drink, EJ gifts Nicole with a Japanese mending coliseum. She can put it in Holly's room so she can meditate, supplicate, or sing to her precious son. Nicole loves it, but feels bad for not getting him anything. Having her home is the stylish gift EJ could have hoped for. Further is this who's behind the attacks on Salem? Sitting close on the DiMera settee, EJ holds the reverse of Nicole's head as they hypercritically face each other. In the domain, Tripp directs Wendy to a tree where he's retired commodity. She picks up a ring-shaped box, which gives her pause. He promises he's not rushing effects by giving her a ring. She opens it to earrings she refocused out to him last week. She, in turn, gives him cufflinks with the caduceus medical hallmark. Goldman intelligencers on them as they kiss. After they eat, Alex says there's only one thing left to do. Teresa gasps and closes her eyes in expectation, but he just asks for the bill. Her mood turns to hope when he reaches into his inner jacket fund, but he pulls out his portmanteau. "Oh, come on, Alex," she exclaims. "Come on." She's an intolerant person, so can he just do it? Do what? He asks. She breathlessly says he knows what, and her answer is yes. When Alex still doesn't know what she's talking about, she tells him she saw the ring. Alex is sorry, but she got this wrong. Her face falls as she realizes he's not going to propose. He thinks they should talk about this, but she has nothing to say and runs out. Further, who shot Harris? Nicole brings the mending coliseum to Holly's room. EJ joins them, assuring Nicole that Holly will come back to them. At home, Sloane slips into her lingerie while Eric puts Jude down to sleep. Still, when she emerges, Sloane finds Eric asleep on the bed with Jude. Dismayed, she calls someone to meet her at small bar. Standing at a Brady pub table, a stupefied Jada gapes at Everett. He narrows his eyes in confusion while sitting with Stephanie and Rafe. While Everett runs late at work, Stephanie meets Jada and Rafe at the cantina. Rafe and Jada show off their gifts, and also Jada goes to the ladies' room. Everett arrives and sits with Stephanie and Rafe. When Jada returns, her big grin incontinently drops upon seeing Everett's face. "Oh my God, Bobby," her brow crimps, and her casket heaves. Everett and Stephanie look at her with confusion. Goldman interrupts Wendy and Tripp in the domain. She says Rafe has her keeping an eye on them because Tripp may be in peril. She needs to get them to a safe position and leads them down. Further, how your favorite stars spent Valentine's Day in the domain with Wendy, Tripp shakes Goldman's hand. Coming on Days of Our Lives, EJ impresses Nicole and Teresa makes her passions known. Days of Our Lives now simply airs on Peacock. To make sure you no way miss an occasion, subscribe to Peacock. Please note that if you buy commodity by clicking on a link within this story, we may admit a small commission of the trade. Jada confronts Everett. Days of Our Lives find no place for Everett to hide as Jada not only recognizes him as Herrick's husband, Bobby, but calls him out on it. Alter pride Stephanie aloud. She'd been wormed by Everett when he just stopped calling and responding to her textbooks. When he showed up in Salem times latterly, he'd an impeccably legal reason he was in a coma. Colse's, Stephanie signed, and when she and Chad broke up, she went hopping and skipping back to Everett. Meanwhile, Jada was telling girl confidante Stephanie about her partner, Bobby, who was so fascinating, so romantic. But when Jada didn't have enough time for him, Bobby got jealous and frame violent. So Jada ditched him. Now, Jada would like to know not only why Bobby is in Salem, why he's been avoiding her, and why he's using a different name. Last solemnities, do they Valentine's Day in Greece? Doesn't matter, Constantine will make up some tradition he can use to charm Maggie with. They spend the vacation together before chancing out that Xander's in jail and Constantine continues his wholesome peasant act. But also, he makes a mysterious phone call. Does he know that Xander is in jail? And why? And how he got there? Hospital happenings. Paulina's surgery put a crimp in Chanel and Johnny's marriage plans. So the two tied the knot in her sanitarium room, with Abe more than willing to do the honors. Now, they each there to support Paulina during her recovery. Is she wondering where her croaker is? Sarah is at the police station, supporting Xander. Perhaps another croaker can step in? But it wouldn't be Tripp. Kayla observes that her stepson hasn't shown up for work.